Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry, I just had to do a few things. Let me know in the chat with a Y. Just type in Y if you guys hear me fine, hear me okay. And then we'll get going. Just let me know if you guys can hear me. Just type Y. Uh, all right, good. Uh, just give me a second. Just want to make sure this is all good. Goes live, that's fine. All right, let's see what else is. Okay. All right, so now at least I've got a view. All right, good. Let's have a look. So let's start by saying last week, Friday, in our live sessions, we did say, all of this sideways move most probably going to create or set us up for some sort of a gap down, and then over the weekend, the Iran news just confirmed that there was definitely going to be some sort of push down. All right, so hourly, this whole gap almost fully filled. So let's see. 15 minutes. That was yesterday or Friday. This is where we are today. So we ran liquidity down. I'm going to take all this off. And this is the top end of the gap. So let's see what price does here. I mean, there's nothing to chase here. I know we made this high earlier. We ran above it. So what we want to see, aggressive move, pullback. I don't know what this means yet. So let's give it some time. Momentum is still up here, and most probably just to fill that gap. So let me just go. Sorry guys, give me a second. Just want to draw this whole gap out here. So it's from the top to that. And this is what it is. All right, so now we've got the gap. We still got all of this downside to fill here. So, but then again, there's not no red folder news. It's going to push it and all of that. So, or instigate anything. So now we just have to see. I mean, here we break structure. I'm not going to say jump in here. I'm just saying there's a break in structure here. We'll have to just keep an eye on this and see how it develops actually here. Yeah, just give it some time. No need to rush anything here. Monday, it's Monday. We gap down starting today, so there's no need for big moves to carry on. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually, I'm just going to mark out the gap high here, so we can get rid of this, because I know that's going to give us a problem. We'll call this gap high. Gap just in case we going higher and we don't know where to, but that's your gap high. So all right, so now we just sit and see. I mean, this is the only high that we actually ran up here, but there's a pullback there. There is a nice push up, but this push down, first push down, would have been nice if it closed below this swing point here. But then we went up, didn't take it out, so maybe it is leaning towards a bearish move and then get a break of structure. But we didn't take a high out, so it's not A plus, and obviously no fair value gap. So only fair value gaps up here. Let's see. Good way to see that first fair value gap is that one there. So this is your first presented fair value gap. It's tiny. It's always good to keep in mind, because price tend to either bounce off it or break through it, test it, and then go, or sometimes just go sideways. Always good to, I mean, just have it there and have a look. I mean, there's your swing high, there's a swing low. That's an ideal place to bounce off if we want to go short. Not fully convinced yet. I mean, we didn't take this high out. That's the only thing that bugs me. But this is a nice push, break of structure here. That would be a nice place to enter. So what I can tell you, well, let's mark this out. Then you guys can follow along nicely. I'm not saying education only, guys. This is not trading advice. I'm just showing you guys what I'm looking at. If we form this swing high here now, and the next candle pushes in there and reject it, that would give me some sort of comfort that we're running a high into a value area to sell lower. But then from there, you want to close below this. If this spike up and pull back is aggressive to the downside and breaking this, I mean, you can take that high and that low, wait for, that 50% to enter there. And then you can obviously start gauging where's your equal lows. I don't see any equal lows here. Let me just see. This is nothing. Gosh. I mean, there's a lot of swing points, but I don't see any equal lows standing out. So let's see what price want to do here, and then take it from there. Righty, now it's just the waiting game again. Okay, so we want to see an energetic move up to make people believe we're going higher, like that. But then I want to pin in there, and I want to reject it to come down. So you could want to enter there, but I'll be cautious because of this bullish move. So now you want this candle to close below this swing point. Let's get a paper trade account going. Yeah. All right, so far that's a good reaction. Very good reaction there. All right, so okay, I'm going to sell there. I'm going to put my stop loss above that, and then I'm going to see how we're going to manage this. All right, so what's next? Next thing is we want to see price close below this area. I need to, because this was a nice energetic move up and down. I don't want price to come all the way back up there. Then it's not ideal. I want to see price now close below this swing point and then below there. It can go back to 50% of that swing point or that wick, but then I need to see price come down. If you really want, you can put your stop above here. Because this first fair value gap also lines up with anybody who's trading the ARB strategy, 50% of this swing or this range currently. See, we close nicely below that wick again, which tells me it's not bad, it's good. So now we want to see closes below. We want to see breaker structures here. And why don't I use that one there is, this is the bigger one. That's a nice move. That's what we want to see, but we want to see follow through. Don't want to see pins. Pins is telling me we might go sideways. Pins always tells you that we're trapping here, trapping there, and then end up going sideways. If it's nice solid candles like that, then you know you've got momentum behind you and there's a nice, a good chance of riding a nice wave. So if we can close that way, that's good. We could see a pullback and then, so this is now almost, I'm going to make this is your protected high. And I'm going to start with it there. I'm going to leave all these on here so you guys can see how we manage this trade through. Okay, I need that to close below that breaker structure. That would be great for me. Great for us. Okay, I'll make this blue. That's your fair value gap. And you'll see now where this fair value gap comes into play. For those of you who's looking for that 2-to-1 trade. Okay, so we close below that. That's great. Price come back into that fair value gap. That could be a nice entry. This is the new protected high. So my stop is right above that. $300. I mean, if you entered in this fair value gap, this first presented fair value gap, your stop would have been there. You now break even. Now you've got no risk. I still got risk on here. If you then wanted to add another trade, this would be your fair value gap where you add another trade, but then your stop is right there. So you've got one free trade and one original risk trade. So, okay, so first fair value gap. I just want to show you guys this. Oh gosh, not the first fair value gap. Anybody who's trading the ARB would trade it like this. They would say, all right, from this swing point to that midpoint is 32 points. There's your 32 1-to-1, and you can go lower, so 60 points. But your stop should be safe up here. And it lines up with our protected swing. So this is a good place to enter on the ARB based on what we're reading here. A nice entry on that pullback. Put your stop at 50% and target a 2-to-1. All right, 24,109. 24. What 109? I mean, that's probably equal lows, but it's very tiny. All right, so we're leaving this breaker structure here just for keeping an eye on it. There's a new swing point there. Price could come up and run that swing point, exactly what we had here, and then drop again like that. Now you've run that liquidity there, you run liquidity there in a point of interest, and if you're taking this high to this low, that's at 50%. Gosh, okay. And yeah, wow. Did not expect that move. But anyway, so we started off, calling it nicely. And then we pulled back into this range immediately. All right, so if you entered up here, you would have been out at break even. I took a $300 loss, which is fine. Okay, let's see. Maybe we want to go to the high first. And guys, nothing you do is 100%. That is why you have a stop loss, to protect yourself from moves like this. Not sure what instigated that move, but I'm going to keep an eye on it to this gap. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, okay, I want to go to a 15-minute, and I want to show you. So this Fair Value gap, just showing you Friday's Fair Value gap. That's where we sold off from with the gap. This will be critical for us to see what price does up here. Right, I'm not jumping into any trades here, guys. So obviously, I don't have anything here. Okay, so what we got now, we've got equal lows here. Sometimes it's fine. You get stopped out, and then we get a much better opportunity. So let's see. Let's see. So I'm leaving that there. This part was good education till the macro. It's not fully in the macro zone. So, but anyways, let's see. Let's give it some time. I'm not going to say this is a buy because if you actually want to buy this, you've got to buy it down here. And we haven't spiked through this low. If we ran this low aggressively and spiked up, okay, well, then I can maybe think, but I'm not prepared to get trapped on Monday. I took the first trade. Now I'm going to wait for my second trade to see if what the market tells us. Ta-da. You know, the funny thing is, anybody at this point who trades ARB, that would have been a nice retest and to short, and then you get stopped out immediately. But either way, this is not an ARB strategy that we're trading. I mean, this, remember what I said, this is not A plus because we haven't run liquidity here and broke structure, but then price did exactly what I thought it would do and get me involved. I took a short here, put my stop there, and it did exactly what we wanted to see with this leg down. And I expected something similar. I didn't thought it will overshoot it like that and run away, but that's fine. I mean, that's a good lesson as to why you should always have a good stop in place. Mm-hmm. I mean, we broke structure, but we haven't taken liquidity yet. So, as much as this is a nice structure break, I can't enter this trade. Or I could. It's at 50%. I could have taken a trade there. But this is the value area where smart money will get in, this fair value gap down here, if they were bullish. Now, this thing, I mean, if you really wanted to take a trade, put your stop here, but then you're putting your stop at equal lows, and that's a danger zone. Even if I miss this move, I'm sure price will go up here. I'm just gonna, there's some decent momentum behind it. I'm not gonna jump into this trade. And the reason I won't, it's just because of the my rules. Yeah, I think I would let it close the gap here and in a fair value gap and see if we want to set up some sort of a short. Because now if we get a short up here, I mean, there's good reason why we want to go short. There's nice equal lows down here. But then again, remember, there's no real news that will push the market around. So, and we could get up here and keep pushing higher or just go sideways. I mean, let's look at the 1 hour quick. So this high did take that out before we broke down. So I mean, if we really want to and we close aggressively through all of this, then this 517 is definitely target. I don't know why there's a gap here now. Mm-hmm. Okay, so don't mind that gap. That's not a gap, guys. I don't know why it's gapping. There's a candle missing here. A down candle. Interesting times. Interesting times. So let's do this. I'm going to take this out and I'll leave that in there. Just for those who want to see it, then I'll mark this out as a fair value gap. This is an IFVG, so I'll make it orange, call it IFVG. I'm just marking it so people can see it. I want to show you guys. I mean, where inverted fair value gap and a fair value gap overlaps. I mean, it could be this first fair value gap up here as well. Price tend to test that because that's a nice thick line in the sand. It's much stronger than a fair value gap on its own. So sometimes you'll see price go as deep as to where it overlaps and then bounce from there. But this first fair value gap also overlaps, so we might see a test on the top of this fair value gap or lower down or not. So I'm just marking it out there, so it's there if price tend to go down there. And if it doesn't gonna go there, then it's fine because there's equal lows just below it. So you don't really want to enter down here. So what did Trump do? Did he say we're opening the, I don't know, opening something and not block the road anymore? Okay. Patience. That's all we need. All right. Let's see. Gosh, maybe it's one of those days where we just don't get any good setups. I will be live at PM session today, just in case. There's a good trade. But what I'll do is I'm thinking about how do I split the sessions, AM and PM sessions? Should AM be like a live session where you take a live trade, not for you guys to take live trades, but on your paper trade account and manage the trade live so we can see it, and then PM session more educational to look back and go through it and discuss a few things, while there's live price action, and call out what price should be doing, when you should not be trading, and what does it look like when you don't take a trade, or when you take a trade when you shouldn't. I don't know. That's obviously up to you guys. If you want me to do something different, let me know. I'm trying to put it and make it as educational as possible. in a live environment, not after the fact. So yeah, so put through suggestions if you have any. But yeah, let's see. All right, so we broke structure here, guys. We haven't run any liquidity, so I can't look for something to say this is a good fair value gap to buy from. And even if you take it from this low to this high, there's a fair value gap down here, so it's not the right place to buy for me, at least. Some people will take it and try to scoop that quick points, which I guess is fine, but that's not what I'm teaching here. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so this is still bullish, so you just have to be careful when you start to sell. Look, if this gap high and this fair value gap is something worth it merit to hold, I would now like to see a nice big push and a rejection, or a big push, small candle, and then a sell-off, but aggressive sell-off taking this low out and close below it. Not don't get there and then drop like we had done here. So let's see. And what does normally mean? Some people buy in this fair value gap. If you see a big push up because people see that energetic move, like myself, I move my stop, or I place my stop right below here, and maybe I enter another trade up here. I don't do that, but some people use greedy, enter here and think this is protected, and then once we're there, you get another little candle that push up a little bit like a doji, and people's like, no, it's just resting, it's going to continue. And then this thing drops aggressively through this low, stop you out, take your money, and either go lower to bounce and go higher, or just reverse completely. Guys, let me know if you can hear some background noise. I managed to fix that background microphone, so should be better now. But yeah, if there's loud noises, it'll still pick it up. Right, so it's stalling a bit here, so let's see. Sounds good, lekker, thanks. Let's see how it's gonna perform here. Sorry, not sure what happened there. Right, so now we consolidating. I mean, for this thing to let me understand or think we might change gears, I need a black candle or two black candles that's solid, aggressive, closing below this point here. Not little candles. Because that tells me we might, I don't know. It's going to trap us. I don't want to get trapped. Okay, thanks. All right, so let's see. All right, so this high gets run here. In this 50% of this fair value gap, filling this gap high to the T. But now I want to see aggressive reverse. If it's not aggressive, then I don't think we will go anywhere fast. I'm not in any trades. And purely because of the price action right now. There's nothing convincing here telling me we want to go long and then short. It's like we want to go long, we pull back, we gradually, yes, want to go long, pull back shallow, maybe long, maybe short. So it's like, okay, well, give me some proper energy. Not this. Let's see. So yeah, I need to first. I mean, I'm looking at this low, but yeah, I'm not. I mean, it will be a criteria, but it's not energetic. That's what worries me. Yeah. But let's see. I feel like this could be one of those things where we go below, pull back, go up, pull back, try to consolidate here, and then only wait for that aggressive move out, back in, break structure, then you take it to these equal lows. If this thing goes short, small candles drop till here, then I'm most probably not gonna be part of it. And we need some sort of aggressive move here to slice through these fair value gap and IFVG down here anyways. So it can't be soft moves. Let's see what it does with this low. Is it going to spike like that one? Is it just going to do this and close back in? Gotta wait and see. Okay, let's see. See, it does close below it, but there's no fair value gaps in here, so I don't know. Just doesn't look right for me. I mean, if this thing comes back and close up here, then we're most probably just going to go higher. So my biggest aim here, guys, is when I read price action, not going to try to trade everything that I see. I'm going to be more constructive. And, I did talk through a short here, got stopped, that's fine. If this thing drops to wherever, and it's not giving me the setup or the right price action, I'm not actually going to take the trade. We'll just sit. I mean, with this, it's small candles, and small candles tell me we might get there slowly, and or we might not get there and start ranging again. So we could see a close back into the range and then go back up, all of that stuff. So what I'm saying with all of this is when you trade these breaker structures breaker structures, you got to be very selective. Very selective. And don't just trade anyone, you see. It's with everything. Not every fair value gap is a valid fair value gap. If I say valid to trade from and all of that, and not every breaker structure and liquidity type of thing is what it is. And even if we miss this short here, price could set up something in the middle here to get in on a continuation down to target this. Remember, we look for 2 to 1 or 1 to 2 risk reward. And this thing could go for this fair value gap here. And it could bounce from there. So we keep an eye and see what price does at this level. Then we've got all of this. And remember, we haven't taken liquidity out here. If we had, this could be a breakthrough, a bounce, and then continue higher. And this is where if this before this white candle rallied up like that, if it wick through this low on the left and price comes down here and inverts this fair value gap, that to me is not IFVG. It is an IFVG technically, but not something to take a trade from, because you consolidate, liquidate, and push away. This is just like small candles, pull back, and it might inverse this one, but bounce from here and inverse it again and run higher. And let's see if it's going to bounce from this one. Let's see what it's going to be. Yep, I don't like price to get wicking here, wicking there, bum, 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 going sideways. But let's see. Let's see if price wants to do it. Let's see if we're going to get our bounce here or what. Yeah, I think we most probably gonna do some bouncy stuff here. Let's wait. Patience, patience, patience. See how that 50% of that fair value gap is holding price. See the bounce. Let's see, it's holding that fair value gap's 50%. I know now it's bouncing through it. But let's see. Da, da, da. So if you had taken a short on this breaker structure, I mean, your stop would have been up there, and this would be your first profit target. And if you take it from here to there, this first 50% is right below this fair value gap. So remember, if we want to go higher and you take a short up here, that's where you target, not down here. So, but for entries, you want to get the value, which is down there. This is just a target if you took a short up here against the trend. This could quite possibly go sideways, but looks like we want to break higher. And this is type of bounce that I'm worried about. But anyways, we haven't inversed this. So, but if we took this as a break-in structure here, because we ran liquidity there, and we think it should, but it didn't give us that energetic move. So when there's no energetic move, it tells me it gives us enough time to decide whether we want to go long or short. When the market gives you time to decide, you're going to make the wrong decision because it's going nowhere. But if the market gives you no time to decide like this, that's normally the right direction. So when you saw this break here, I mean, that IFVG probably was a better one. So, because it smashed through it. It didn't break. It did break structure just. So that could have been, but there's the fair value gap. So I like to wait for the test. But I'm not taking any buys here. So, and there you go. we just went up there, so everybody thought we're going long, and then suddenly we get this drop. So if we drop below this, I'll probably take a short, and the only reason I would do that is big candle, okay, we're going long, guys, and then boom, straight through, close there, but we haven't, we pinned. If we closed down there, then I would have said yes, but because we haven't, just not interested yet. But that would have been a great example of a continuation to the downside if price smashed down and closed down there. And I think you know, the live streams that I'm going to do, that is going to be a main focus point. Is when there's liquidity and manipulation, is how price manipulate. Is it doing it slowly or is it doing it aggressively? Aggressively is good. So I'm not saying aggressively when we see this, we jump in for a buy. If we sit through and wait and this thing comes back, this is still not, I don't even think this is 50%, is it? I can't remember now. Right to 50%. Right to 50%. I wonder what the stats are for any range that you mark out for price that aggressively runs to it and bounce for 10, 20 points. Let's see if I can find some stats there. Not now. I'll see if I can find it. 45. Yeah. I've seen it so many times when a low comes and it just doesn't make it, and then you get a bounce from it, and then sometimes it continues higher or it reverses. And this move down here, this is where people say, okay, so that was the manipulation, now we're going lower, and try to preempt this. And a lot of people still enter on candles that hasn't closed. And people say, okay, break in structure, this is where we're going. And then we don't. And that's why I 100% rely on a break of structure if it's a close below that break of structure, not a pin. This is not the right break of structure because we've explained it, small candles. Unless we've received an aggressive move like this and it pulled back, and then it can form into small candles riding the wave out. But the original manipulation should be strong. And the other thing is, guys, price is now also stuck between this fair value gap and this little one, yeah. So all right, so we didn't break this high aggressively, so we pinned through So obviously we've got this push, we came down 50%, run liquidity. If this candle closed above that, I probably would have said, we're probably going to go up to here. But then you need to look at scalping. Maybe I don't know, going to get stuck here. So even if this candle comes down now and close below here, I wouldn't look for any shorts. Just because where we are. And the other thing to remember is we had our big drop, and that's why you'll see this sideways. This is just manipulation up and down, and then back into consolidation. What's happening here? We get a push up. We haven't seen a push down yet, and then, continue sideways. Dun, dun, dun. Probably see a little punch up here. Only because we ran liquidity here, consolidating. Do you want to see some sort of expansion? Won't be surprised if we go up here. So if we close above here, I would think price would want to challenge this high up here. But if we don't, then maybe this is just a tight little range we busy forming here. All right, so I would say price would want to go to this higher. I'm just using this line now. Yeah, I think if price action don't give you what you want to see at a certain time, it's always good to just switch off, walk away. I mean, PM session is still coming. And even if price makes a move now and you're not in front of it, there's tomorrow, there's Wednesday, there's Thursday, there's Friday, there's next week, next month, next year. So the opportunities will never end. It's just how you approach it. Are you going to try to create your own opportunities that's not there and lose your money and maybe get lucky like a slot machine? Or are you going to actually come back every single day to say, all right, this is what I want to see. Is it there? Yes, I'm taking the trade, profit in the bank, switch off, go away. Or are you going to sit here and say, this is what I want to see and do the opposite? Okay, well, let's give it some time and let's see. I'm streaming till 11. And like any other day, as you guys have seen, right after I stop my stream, it sets up nicely and the move develops, or is a nice setup. And I'm not going to change my times because it will get into sync at some point. All right, so if you close above this, I won't be surprised to see price go, let's take 30. Okay, so we haven't closed this, so it's fine. I still think price is going to want to, as much as we forming all this trend line up, it's a 1 minute. I mean, price could want to come down to this and test, run all of that, reject, and then go to this high, or it can just print higher. All right, let's see. Yeah, and I think, I mean, price, I don't want to say price normally fills the gap. So that big gap that was formed down, this is the gap high. We filled it to the T, as you guys can see there, but there was no aggressive rejection from that to show, hey guys, we're going somewhere else. Only rejection we got is here, but also we didn't run any liquidity here to send it up. So I don't know. And now it's small candles down, small candles sideways up. So yeah, what do we do with this? I mean, I'm not trying to force an idea here. Not at all. But yeah, let's just be patient. I mean, if you really want to start trying to trade in this, I don't know, whatever this is, you're most probably just going to lose money. All I can say, whatever style you're trading, whether it's indicators, whether it's just raw price action, whatever that is, trend lines, flags, whatever. If you don't have a good understanding of price action, you're going to struggle to be profitable. It's just a fact. Because all of those things is going to give you a standard setup that gets generated. You know, I know it's after the fact and all of that stuff, but what I'm trying to say is it's going to give you a standard print of price, and you can't just base your probability off a standard price reaction. You got to know in the way price move, when is it the average price move, when is it a high probability price move, and when it's a low probability price move. If you can distinguish between your setup, whether it's below average, average, and above average, you're going to figure out very quickly which ones you're going to take. Then it's easy to say, listen, guys, I saw a liquidity rate here. We broke structure here. All right, so let's go short here, or let's do something. Okay, so maybe if we measure this out, it will work. I don't know. But this to me is probably just an average setup, because it didn't give me above average reaction and price and fair value gaps and all of that. It didn't. And this one here, this is probably also average but not below average, because we didn't run liquidity. We shifted, yes, that was great. Consolidated, we manipulated, and we expand, but we didn't expand far enough to this liquidity or lower. And then obviously we changed gears. So I did say this was a high risk trade, not a high probability one, but it played out here. We took it, played out, and then we saw the opposite. So that's why we got stops, right? And here, okay, so now we run liquidity, but there's no fair value gaps in here, no aggressive move down. So what is it? If we read this and we say, oh, this is what it is, okay, well, this is then where you should short. And it's just not the quality for me to take a trade. But patience. That's all we got to do. Look, we might still sell off here. I don't know. We might sell off down to this fair value gap here and then bounce. Or because of this push up, we might go sideways here. So prices come down here. It formed a little, I don't know if this was a swing point here, but then we got this manipulation down here. So that's in and out. All right. Then the next candle, this formed a swing point here. We didn't see this candle break structure immediately. That most probably would have given you a reason to, I don't know, look to buy, look for a fair value gap, but then you need price to go higher and close above here, blah, 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 all of that. But instead, we consolidated. Okay, so now we go up and come down. So was this manipulation? Is that manipulation? What is it now? This is just confusing people, this whole section, yeah. And I want to show you guys. This is what price is doing now, making lower highs and make higher lows. So we could even see price come down and do this. And if you want to go lower, we might see something like this. Print equal highs here and then drop, or run it and then drop, or vice versa, or just go in that direction. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you think price is going to print us equal highs here? or not. Have you guys had a good weekend at least? Where's the guys that said Friday drinks was best? Now it looks like Monday drinks is good as well. All right, so let's see if we're going to close above here. Then we definitely going to target that high. But what we do with that high, we'll see. But we need to see how this candle closes. Okay, there goes. Close above it. So I would definitely want to see us target this high to either go through it or to it or just below it and then do something else. Obviously, if we close above that aggressively, then maybe we want to go higher. And then where to, we said earlier, we could target this 517 level. Okay, let's see, there's a little fair value gap there. In that fair value gap, maybe let's see if it pins there and go higher. Maybe that's a little support zone. After you break a structure like this, if you ran liquidity, you look for fair value gaps. And that could be the fair value gap that's going to send it up. Nice entry there to take it higher, to that high, and maybe through it. Spinning there, but it's not a nice spin, so it can still bounce from there though. But not a trade I would take. All right, let's see. Okay, now it's breaking lower. See what it wants to do. Okay, so now it's breaking lower here. Let's see. Still slow. Right. Some people will see this as a IFVG, and I'll show you now. So it's coming off a bigger fair value gap. It's running a high. It's inversing, maybe a retest. Even if you enter here as a short, there they will put their stops there. And I don't know where they would target here. Maybe this low here, because there's people trapped, there's liquidity there. If they break through this fair value gap or this low, they would move to stop the break even. But like I said, I don't like price here right now, or the way it's setting up at least. It might go there, then great. And this is a 3-to-1 or 1-to-3 risk reward trade. Okay, let's see what price tends to do now. Is it testing that IFEG? So price is moving, but it's not moving fast. And that's the key to price action. If it's not moving fast, it does not have the intent to move at all. Right, so this is probably going to get us out of the trade. If you had taken this trade, I was just demonstrating how IFEGs will get traded, and that would have been a loser. And this is why you don't take it in these conditions. Okay, so let's see what we're planning to do up here. Are we breaking through? Are we closing? It's probably going to break through it. Just a little scalp up there. See if it allows me. Give me something. So we don't close above there, so we could do some other shenanigans. Trend line here, so we could see something here, but I'm more eager to see what price is going to do up there. Might even push through, but that's fine. This is just a scalp trade. Let's see if we're going to get through that 50%. This is just a 10-point trade, guys. Ooh. Is that equal highs that we were looking for? Or we're going to break through it? Okay, there we through it. That's just a simple, quick 10-pointer there. And now let's see what happens. Now let's see what happens. Right, let's go to a 15-minute quickly, just to show you guys. So the swing point here formed, so this could quite easily break higher here to come back and go up. Don't know, but this looks pretty bearish. It all depends on that high. Are we closing above it or just pinning above it? Okay, so we didn't get our equal highs here. Now, obviously, the big question is, what's price going to do? If you want to see price reverse, this is where I would put my focus on this level here. If we close below here, and I mean, this is on a 15-minute. If this thing, because aggressive now, it pins through, it rejects. If the next candle comes and it's aggressive down sell-off with a fair value gap, price gets into that fair value gap, I would look for a short there and then target these equal lows. But we got to first see what's happening up here. If we pin through this high, then let's see if we can get, if we will get the breakdown here. So this might be equal highs. It just tipped through it. Let's see in a 1 minute. I'm going to take this off. So that could be equal highs. So let's see. Okay, so we should push up here through that high. Let's see if it's going to happen. There we go. Let's see if we're going to close like that. Yep, we will close above that. That will be your protected low. And yeah, it all depends now what we're going to see in the next 2 minutes. All right, so while we wait for that to come and do what it needs to do, this is probably, if we're going to break through here, we're most probably going to get up to this 517, 518 level. And if we do, I'm not going to take a trade here. Hopefully we take the whole day to get there, and then in the PM session we get some sort of a nice short to take it down. And if you really look at it now, if that happens, you get a nice short into these equal lows. But yeah, time will tell. Okay, so if you want to take a long here, you would probably do something like this into this fair value gap here. And then try to target the 221. Right, so let's see. We could potentially do this. Can't remember where's that 50% line. Okay, it's right there. So we could potentially do this. Come on, let's see. Let's see if it's going to pick me up or is it going to reverse here. Okay, so spike through it. I mean, stop loss would go here and maybe just get stopped out straight away. Which I guess is, I don't want to say fine. But okay, so here we get this nice big white candles. And then we get this big push down. If we close below this swing point here, that's a nice break of structure. And this could indicate that we're going lower. Let's see. Right, so we ran liquidity here, aggressive up and small candle, and then boom, aggressive close, break of structure. This could be the short, and I'm in two minds. Gosh, I'm just worried that, I mean, if I look at 15 minutes, we still so aggressive to the upside, unless we're going to get a big strong sell-off here. So we got into the fair value gap there, but doesn't mean that's at, okay, so it was shocks. Right, so it's not at 50%. So if you want a short, you can probably sell it there. You put your stop above the candle that actually initiated that drop. I mean, we want to look at the swing point here. And see what price does. Da-da-da. So risk has been contained here. So we took a $300 loss. We up 200, so it's 100. And we took another 300 and something here, so it's probably about down for some between $400 and $500. The only reason I'm trying this is we're running liquidity here. Remember, I marked this out as equal highs. It was nice, energetic moves up, and a nice energetic move down, breaking structure. So I would want to see price comes back in there, because 50% is just above this, and it's not lining up. I mean, if you really want to go lower, you want to see it go into that 50% at least, and then solve. And we've got equal lows lower down. But this could be a play where price is just meandering around here again. Because remember, 15 minutes, you need to break through this level here and close through it. Okay, so now we pinning through that swing point there. Let's see if a new swing point gonna form here. Okay, so it's selling lower. Okay, so it'd be nice to see a nice big candle up in there and then pin down. So then it would be something like this pin down here, making people think we're going down and then up, going up and then down. Okay, so let's see if we're going to form a little swing point here. Then I'll move breaker structure just below it. Okay, so we want to obviously see that structure that can take it out there. Let's see. Are we right or are we wrong? Still a little bit bullish here. This is a sign of turning direction. Not a long term, it could be a shortened turn. Let's see. If we close below this now, I'll close this trade and I'll probably jump off and then see you guys in the PM session. But if I get picked up here, I guess I have to sit around. Da, 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 da. Okay, so now we formed a swing higher, and this will come back to what we said earlier. That's liquidity, fair value gap, breaker structure down here. So now what you want to see is a spike in there and close below that swing point, running that liquidity in a point of interest, and then you want to see us close aggressively below this breaker structure and then send price lower. If it breaks higher and close up there, then there's no point. We could still turn around, but because we're still 15-minute bullish, could be a problem. Why was our network picked up? So I don't know why. Okay, well, let's see. Sometimes I think it's best just to enter your own trades manually. Just going to take it off. And let's see how it plays out. Only reason I took it off there, it's so close, this breaker structure here. So I just want to not risk anything. I mean, if I was tapped in there, yeah, but that's fine. Maybe it saves me. Okay, let's see how this candle closes, because this is a deeper pullback. Maybe it continues higher, which it almost looks like it, but we need to see how it closes. Okay, remember I said we got to close. Now you have to close below the swing point. But again, I think this was the mistake I made on Friday. I marked out the 50. See, that's no good. No trade. We did say we want to close below this 50 minutes is pretty bullish. And there's no point, and I realize it even more the more I trade, there's no point going against a higher time frame direction. The higher time frame saying we're going high, that doesn't mean go buy it. Now you got to decide. If a direction change like this sets up, where do you know you're wrong? Well, we know we were wrong the minute we said we're going to close above this. We did pin, we pretty close, but then this is completely wrong. So you don't have to wait for price to break that high to know you're wrong. The fact that it closed above here, that's wrong already. Well, in my opinion, though. All right, I think this thing is just going to meander around here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stop here. I'll see you guys at the PM session. Thanks for you guys supporting the channel. Thanks for joining. For your support, and thanks for reading the price with me. You'll get better at it. So those of you who are keen, see you at the PM session, and then we see maybe there's a good trade for us there. All right, take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.